So it's that time of year once again to get your nominations in for the Eastside Awards. We'll be chatting to Jonathan McAlpin all about them after we take a look back at last year's ceremony. Here's what happened. So there we go, that's what happened last year at the Eastside Awards. Let's find out about what's happening this year because Jonathan McAlpin joins us in the studio. How are you?
I'm great, thanks Robin, yeah. Looking forward to this year's awards.
Thank you for joining us. So tell us all about what's happening then. 7 years now these awards have been going, haven't they?
7 years, yeah, it doesn't feel like it. I don't know, I can still remember whenever we dreamt up the idea of the awards, but yes, we've been going 7 years and as it's been very gratifying, we've been building it year on year. We see larger numbers attending the awards, but even better, we see more and more people engaging through the application process.
Brilliant. So we're celebrating everything that's good about East Belfast, and it seems all the time there's lots happening in the area, lots of new things all the time, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, that part of the city really has transformed over the last sort of 10, 15 years, and we're really trying to capture the spirit of that transformation. I mean, what this is all about is to try to shine a spotlight on what's really good about that part of the city, and there's a lot of good in that part of the city, most of it which goes unsung. Yeah. You know, these things happen and people see the outward outworking of it, you know, the things like C.S. Lewis Square and the greenways and all the aspects associated with that, but it's who's in behind all that.
Exactly, and I'm always telling people as well, it's great for food these days. There's some fabulous cafes and restaurants, isn't there?
Too good, frankly, as my waistline can attest. It is too good, but absolutely fantastic, and new eateries all the time, and also other hostelries there. You've got the Bullhouse Brewery. I'm not sure if I'm meant to be giving anybody a plug, but there's another new one on the pavements there, C.S. Lewis Square. So yeah, it's great. And
I'm hearing loads of things about Banana Block, which I still haven't been in to check out yet either.
Yeah, and there are bananas in there too. Yeah, it's a really cool space. Definitely, I would get down and check it out. And there's like a vinyl record store in there, I noticed, which
that's
is
what I
want
to check out, the vinyl records in there, definitely.
Definitely, it's much better than this streaming stuff.
Indeed, indeed. So tell us about the awards this year then. We're celebrating businesses, we're celebrating people in the area who have done great things, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the nature of the awards. Sometimes people ask us about are these business awards. They're not business awards, but they do celebrate business as well as other walks of life, and that's what this is about. It's really trying to capture the broad spectrum of life in East Belfast. So we have awards for arts, we have awards for business, for tourism, education-related awards, and also awards then that celebrate young people as well as community organisations and all different aspects of life in East Belfast.
Now, I believe the Teacher Award, that's always a big one every year.
It's always a big one, and we've had really good engagement with that one over the years. I think education in East Belfast is something that is really important for us. There's always been a lot written about, at times, the challenges that some people face engaging with education in this part of the city. So we want to really pay attention to that. So this year, and maybe just for this year, we've decided we're going to shine the spotlight on a different part of the education arena, and we're looking at classroom assistants. Often the unsung heroes who work so hard to really make things tick. And we want to get people recognised for what they're doing there. So it's favourite classroom assistant this time.
And obviously at the moment, challenging times for businesses out there, and especially new businesses getting off the ground. So you're celebrating the best business startups as well, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. And that's one that we, again, see as fundamentally important to East Belfast. I mean, I guess part of the history of East Belfast is that it was always an economic engine for the city. When we think back to the likes of the shipyard, the ropeworks, and those big industrial employers. Nowadays, when with those industries gone, we really need to replace that with the vibrant energy that there is in the entrepreneurial sector in East Belfast, and we want to encourage that more. So that's why the spotlight on startup in this one.
Brilliant. Now, you've got one here as well for environmental sustainability. Do you think people are becoming more aware of the world around them, the environment around them these days?
Well, I think so. I mean, I think we've just got to look at the news, and I mean the energy crisis that we're facing. We all know the reasons behind that, but you know, never more has it been important to everybody to look at what we're doing to the planet, and the Environmental Sustainability Award is all about that. We've really got to pay attention to that, if for no other reason, to make sure that the future sources of energy are more reliable and we can actually afford them.
Excellent. Now, we've also got the contribution to the arts as well.
We do. The arts is vibrant in East Belfast and ever growing. We have the Eastside Arts Festival every year in August, and you know what you'll see, and hopefully people engage in that festival because it showcases a lot of what the best is in East Belfast. But you've got venues like the Vault there in the Newton Ards Road, again, and a collective of incredibly talented people from right across the arts spectrum. And just to give them a plug, you know, they I know are going to be looking for new premises soon. So if there are opportunities in East Belfast, I'd love to hear about that, because we really do want to really drive forward that arts agenda across East and the vibrancy that brings to life there. And
of course we have the fabulous Strand Cinema and Arts Centre as well.
Brilliant. The Mimi Turtle up there at the Strand does phenomenal work, and you know, I've got a couple of young children myself, and you know, the stuff that's put on for all age groups, including children, to engage them at a young age in the arts. And it's cinema, fantastic, but it's not just about cinema. And the Strand, I mean, we've got to keep that. You know, it's the only Art Deco cinema still alive, and we've got to keep that going.
Excellent. So lots to look forward to, lots of nominations to be had as well. And then, of course, you do a very special award, an Outstanding Contribution Award every year as well, don't you?
We do. And that is, as you say, it's a very special award. It's really to recognise the endeavours of somebody who maybe doesn't always get the spotlight in East Belfast, but once you hear their story, you sort of go, well, why? You know, because there's these people that just make things happen and for the benefit of so many people in that part of the city. So we've had phenomenal award winners in the past on that one.
We've got everybody from James Brown, who runs the funeral business, to Billy Murray, world champion kickboxer as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, to all very deserving award winners, and it's one that the committee chooses on this occasion, although we do accept if people want to put forward suggestions, but the committee chooses this one, and on the night it's always kept as a bit of a surprise to finish the night on a high.
Brilliant. Okay, so nominations are available now. When's the big night, by the way?
The big night is, it's always, well, I say it's always. Last year we'd moved it to the in and around Easter time, purely because of the COVID restrictions. But what we like to do is we like to have it at the end of January. So it's the Friday the 27th of January is the big night. And we do that because it's something to look forward to just after Christmas, which has been such a high. Yeah. And then we go into the depths of the January blues. So this is to finish it on a high at that month. So 27th of January in Stormont Hotel. Brilliant.
So if people want to get nominating, how do they do that?
Yeah, go to eastsideawards.org, and all the details about how to enter are there for you. And you can, some for nomination, some for application, and 28th of October is the deadline for that, so please get onto it as soon as you can.
Excellent. Well, Jonathan, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.